Hey everybody, it's Manny Garavito and welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. And today we just discovered that Miami is considered the OnlyFans capital of the world. Now, I think that's a great idea to label Miami as yet another reason for people to move here and to start embarking the Miami lifestyle. And so that people know how we live in. You're paying bills? Well, guess what? We're paying bills too, but in ways you never even knew was possible. Now, including OnlyFans, which is a respectful position. That is a respectful career because now the sex life that we have in our city is transactional. There's now a number involved. I no longer have to take you out to dinner and worry, oh, can I please see this girl naked at the end of the night? No, I just pay $5, $19, whatever, and bam, there it is. And to be honest with you, I mean, I personally would never subscribe to an OnlyFans because Reddit, because Google search. Whenever I'm curious about, I just look it up and surely enough, it's there. But that's just me. Some people want the HD 4K experience. So now that Miami is considered the OnlyFans capital of the world, I think that we are now branding ourselves as the city that we knew we always were, but now people are starting to realize this because Miami has been in the spotlight since 2020, since the pandemic started, right? Because we've been free, we were still partying, and now we've got a profession that is out in the open. Because back then, OnlyFans and the people that are in it making hand over fist money, they were kind of hush-hush about it. Like, oh, no, you can't talk about that. You know, something's wrong, whatever. But now we're wearing it with pride. We're like, yeah, our ladies are on OnlyFans. What's the problem? The only thing that is very interesting about all this is if you have a profession, let's say you're an accountant or a lawyer, how are you going to compete in the marketplace when there's an accountant or a lawyer that has an OnlyFans? You know what I mean? Like if I had to go see an eye doctor and I go into my benefits network through my insurance plan and it says, these are 5 eye doctors you can go see. And then as I'm looking up your profile, seeing your accomplishments, one has an OnlyFans link. I'm going to go with that one. For all the people out there that have a professional career, I highly recommend you take advantage of this brand new label Miami has because it's okay for you to be an OnlyFans model now. I wouldn't be surprised if a whole bunch of other industries started opening up and getting into business because OnlyFans is now a big deal here in the city. OnlyFans is now a get-rich-quick scheme. I hope we start seeing advertisements of people going, do you want to make $1 million in less than 30 days? Well, join my OnlyFans masterclass and I will show you how to use those double Ds or those pretty feet to make money, even if it's part-time. You know how like guys, when they do business seminars, they're always standing in front of a PowerPoint and they're always showing you graphs about 401k plans and stuff. All right, these are the stock options and the ETFs. Now OnlyFans models can do that. You know, all right, you know, my follower count, if you look here on this bar graph, in 1 month I had 12,000 followers. The next month I had 42. And then you do the TED Talk pose. Yeah, so how do we raise your follower count? I think it's amazing. I think this is going to be such a fun way to live in Miami. The only thing that I'm worried also about is like the dating part. As guys, of course, I'm speaking for guys that are dating an OnlyFans model. Like, how would that change? Like, if you know that the girl you're talking to has an OnlyFans link, your boy might be subscribed to it. Someone that you're trying to, you know, start a relationship with, your boy already saw naked. But you did too, right? So it's even. But I think, look, ladies, if you're making a lot of money on OnlyFans, buy us a drink, man. You know, whenever I go out on a date and then the girl finds out that I do comedy, you know, most of the things that a girl will always say is like, oh, you do comedy? Make me laugh. Now I can do that. Now I can sit across the table from you and be like, oh, you're on OnlyFans? Get butt naked right now. You guys have to understand that this is actually a really good thing for men, okay? If the majority of women in Miami are getting naked for a price, we have the power. We now have the ability to switch every single thing that a woman has told us and then use it against them, like how they did it before, like how they manipulated us. So when you go on a date with an OnlyFans model, be like, I'm more than just a subscriber, okay? You need to see me as more than a member. I have feelings. Women are now the provider. We can now rest easy. All we got to do is wife up an OnlyFans model And who knows, maybe even later on down the line, after you marry her and she's making all that money, you initiate the divorce. You know, girls always marry into with a rich guy and then divorce him to get half. We can now do that. We are so up right now. You see, guys, we could have, guys, we could have done this. We could have been making money as men on OnlyFans, all right? But I blame you guys out there for sending dick pics for free. As soon as the digital phone came out, as soon as the digital camera came out, you guys are out there snapping your junk and sending it for free. We could have been part of this lucrative business, but no, you guys want to get drunk and send it, and you send it to people you don't even know. You just snap a photo of your dick with the flash on and your feet in the background. When women get naked on OnlyFans, they get the lighting right. They put on nice lingerie. They want to make sure that if they present their bodies, they want to present it in a nice platter. You guys are presenting it on paper plates. Dicks aren't even worth a penny. Girls wouldn't even pay a penny for it. They're just flooding their inbox in the middle of the night. I've seen them. Girls collect these dick pics like baseball cards. You hang out with a girl, she's got a whole album of them, just in case she wants to, use it against you later on. See, guys, when you send a dick pic, that's it. Whatever reputation you're building, it's in trouble. All right. If you send a dick pic, that photo of you on LinkedIn with a suit on, no longer valid. I was actually considering what men should do now that, there's a very high chance that we're going to be dating OnlyFans models. And that's okay. You got to double down on OnlyFans models so you can double up your pussy intake. I'm telling you. Don't let it get to you. Continue being a man. Work on yourself. Get the bag first. Guys, when we go for wealth, isn't one of the things we learn you got to share the abundance? Sometimes giving women money is part of the abundance. I believe in everybody getting paid, including women. So now I'm going to give it back. I'm going to pay it forward. I'm making the bag. I'm going to give women money so then I get more pussy. Look at me getting attuned and manifesting a great sex life. That's the way we should see it, guys. We are so up right now. Now that dating has become transactional, directly correlated to sex, we now can see our sex life in a numerical way. We can now have pie charts of how much money we spend on taking girls out, on their OnlyFans, on allowances, on whatever it is you pay them for, and see the pussy to income ratio.